All right, in this video, what we're going to show you is the modified Minuteman on engine 311. It's modified because of two reasons. Number one, it's 200 feet. A usual Minuteman hose load is 150 feet. But we also load this in kind of a split format as well. And we use this for both the pre-connects, for the 1 3/4 pre-connects on engine 311. When we start this hose load, we start with connecting to the rear discharge here on the back of the truck, the 1 3/4 discharge. And then we're going to start with the bottom stack first. Lieutenant Carlisle is going to feed the hose line up to Firefighter O'Driscoll, and this is how we do our split modified Minuteman on the 1 3/4 pre-connect on engine 311. So like any of our hose loads, it's really important that these hose loads are organized. And we start here with the stack. I guess you could call it the supply stack, not the nozzle stack. We start with that closest to the discharge itself. So you can see Firefighter O'Driscoll and Firefighter Gillette, they are pulling that hose to the side. And then the second bend here, you can see that LT Carlisle is putting a dog ear in the second bend. And that's for when we deploy the hose line so that we can shoulder that stack, or we can just reach back and grab that stack, depending on the deployment strategy that we're going with that.
Coupling.
As with any hose, when we're working together, PPE is important, helmets and gloves. And when couplings are coming onto the hose bed, we want to make sure that everybody's aware of that. Then halfway up the stack, on the second 50-foot length, then we're going to put in another dog ear, and once again, that's for ease of deployment.
Coupling coming up. Coupling.
Okay, so the male coupling comes up last on this stack, or the externally threaded coupling, and it sits on top of that stack. And then as we load the second 100 feet, we're going to start with the nozzle on the down, or on the bottom, sorry, not the down, but on the bottom of the hose bed itself. We feed it up with a little bit of a bend in it. And then we pull that length of hose from the bottom to the front of the bed. The nozzle hangs over the handle on the back of the truck just a little bit. If it hangs out too far, then it falls off the truck. So just a little bit, almost so that the coupling is right at the handle level. Pull from the bottom, and then we wrap the hose over the top of the nozzle. And once again, feeding it back here. Once again, very important to keep this well organized, making sure that this stack is really neat because we want it to deploy as efficiently as possible. On the stack with the nozzle, we don't put any dog ears. The reason being, the nozzle man will generally shoulder this pack. Shouldering 100 feet of hose line is usually comfortable for most firefighters, so we should be good to go. So if we've done this right, we should end up with the internally threaded coupling or female coupling coming up last. Then on top of the stack, we connect the two. Make sure it's nice and tidy and straight and neat. We've got a good tight crossover. And that's how we load our 1 3/4 pre-connects, and there's two of them on the on the rear of engine 311, discharge number 1 and discharge number 3.